Welcome to the futurist public intellectual. We are at a crossroads today. May 11th is when Title 42 will expire, and illegal immigration into the United States at the southern border is expected to increase from 7,500 people to over 12,000 a day. Title 42 is a pandemic-era policy that allows the federal government to expel illegal migrants without allowing them the opportunity to apply for asylum. Since its implementation in March 2020, over 2.7 million people have been expelled. If the illegal border crossings increase to the expected numbers, then in a year, over 4 million people will have attempted to cross into the United States from Mexico. The status quo is unacceptable. The situation has become so untenable that so-called sanctuary cities like New York are buckling under the logistical and financial pressures of taking care of tens of thousands of migrants. In fact, these migrants are being bused into cities like New York and Washington, D.C. by Governors Abbott of Texas and DeSantis of Florida because they feel that it's unfair to be disproportionately burdened by the crisis simply due to their geographical proximity to the problem. While their methods are unorthodox, Texas and Florida are certainly justified in trying to share the burden by literally redistributing the problem. Hopefully, this busing scheme will provide adequate impetus for Congress and the Biden administration to address illegal immigration head-on. Not only are there already 11 million illegal immigrants in the country, the rate at which these migrants are arriving is absolutely unsustainable by any stretch of the imagination. The important question to ask, of course, is why are they coming? The reason is due to the nature of our asylum-seeking process. These illegal migrants are incentivized to attempt an illegal border crossing because as soon as they're caught, they can apply for asylum status. Since the processing of an asylum application can take months or even years, these migrants end up staying in the U.S. in the meantime, living in pseudo-legal limbo. A true asylee is defined as a person with a well-founded fear of persecution for their race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or membership in a particular social group who has been forced to flee their country. When the International Organization for Migration interviewed over 1,000 migrants who were deported to Mexico under Title 42, 64% said that they were coming for economic opportunities. As you can see, these illegal migrants at the southern border are not true asylees who are fearing persecution. Considering that this is an abuse of our asylum system, we have to reform it. These illegal migrants are trying to use asylum as a backdoor into the country, and it is disrespectful to all of the legal immigrants who lawfully enter the U.S. every year. The U.S. needs to make a fundamental decision about what it wants to do about the southern border. We cannot accept 4 million unvetted people every year simply because they want a better life. It is hard enough to give a good life to the 333 million people who already live here. It is more than reasonable to disallow asylum applications by migrants who make illegal border crossings. That loophole needs to be closed. Since the majority of asylum seekers are not genuinely fearing persecution, it is a waste of time and resources to be indulging these migrants. For those who are genuinely seeking asylum, they can apply for asylum in their home countries. By making asylum only available to those who actually urgently need it and making immediate deportation standard protocol, migrants would be discouraged from wasting their time on a fruitless endeavor. Thank you for listening to the Futurist Public Intellectual.